This is my good friend Ken. He's an amazing guy, and we'll talk more about him. I wanted to make a guitar. I've never done that before, so I called the one guy that I know has a lot of guitars, and I said, "Hey Ken, do you have an old guitar, something that's beat up? Can I take it apart and make a new body for it?" He said, "Sure." So let's build this thing. Back in the 90s, I was an awkward high school kid who played the violin. Ken convinced me to learn how to play the bass guitar and be part of the worship band at our church youth group. He took me from an awkward violin-playing teenager to awkward teenager who could make sounds come out of the bass. But it really shaped my love for music, even if I wasn't the most natural musician. Ken showed a tremendous amount of patience. I mean, do you know how dumb freshman boys are? I've never done this before, so I'm not ready to tackle making a neck or the fretboard or any of that. But I'm going to make the body out of a piece of this ash, about 2 inches thick. As I'm milling this up, I wanted to let you know that we're listening to some music from Ken's band, Tailspin. Thanks for not suing me for copyright, buddy. Appreciate that. I'm trying to get the thickness down to about 1.75 inches. I'm going to be doing a lot of the initial cutting on this using the CNC machine. And I almost nailed it. If you've ever made anything for the first time, you go to school. I screw up a lot, but that's how I learn. That's how we learn in life, woodworking, whatever it is. Sorry, back on track. A huge amount of my time on this is spent using Vectric software to draw up the dimensions so that my machine can cut it out. It takes a while, and it's a lot of work to do the measurements, draw dimensions, take measurements, test measurements. But I love it. I love to learn, and I love the whole process of it. And here you can see that I'm figuring out how to put the neck into the guitar, the body. It's not exactly square or straight, so I had to take a picture, put it into the software, and then draw the lines based on that picture. And after a few tests, it actually did work. So cutting it out of the CNC went okay. I did some 3D cuts though, one on the front, one on the back. Here's the one on the front, it looks okay, and just a little cleanup. But the back one, I don't know what happened. It did not turn out well, so we have to fix that. To fix the front, I'm just going to take a block plane, clean it up, and then I'll take a sander and smooth it out. That really didn't take long. This part took forever. I can tell you, if I was smarter, I would have been doing this on the CNC machine, but I ended up cleaning it myself.
Many months later.
In the end, the belt sander worked best. Back to Ken for a second. Ken was instrumental in developing the love of music for me as well as so many other people. And God gave him a wonderful talent. He was able to share and connect with people from all walks of life. It was really amazing. As I said before, this is more about the process of learning than it is actually making the guitar. I mean, it is fun to make the guitar, but there's a lot of things I would have done differently. For example, I didn't leave enough room for the screws for this pick guard, so I had to add these little wooden blocks. We're going to make this first act label disappear. What's that saying about polishing a turd? Wow. Also, we need to make this pick guard, so I cut that out on the CNC. Used this handy little drill bit to center the holes. I didn't know exactly what I wanted the finished product to look like, but I've had some success with this technique of burning the wood. There's a Japanese name for it, Shosugibon, I think. Whatever, it looks good. I'm happy with it. Now, as I finish this up, I want to tell you that using the CNC machine to make this whole project took a lot longer than just doing it by hand. You don't just press play and have the robot cut it out for you and all done in 30 minutes. No, it's a lot more work than that, and it probably took, 6-8 hours longer than it would have without the machine. Here's a great example of my poor soldering skills combined with my even worse camera skills. I had to rewire this thing several times, probably like 8 or 10 before it actually worked. If you're still with me, thanks for watching. Really appreciate the time that you've taken to see this thing come together. And thanks for watching because of Ken as well. He means a lot to me as a friend, and I hope he enjoys this guitar. If nothing else, it's ash. It'll burn well.